I certainly hope not, but the fact is that there has been a decline in the quality of the relationship in recent years. India and China have been two giant Asian civilizations for a very long time and have had, in the ancient history, very close and friendly relations. In fact, Buddhism went to China from India. Chinese scholars used to come and study in Indian universities going back 2,000 years. There are records of all of this. But in recent times, there has been disagreements, first of all, over territory. The Chinese have still not settled the long border with India, which is the world's longest unresolved frontier dispute. On top of that, we have a strategic problem in our neighborhood, which is that China is a very strong backer of Pakistan. And you must understand that as far as China is concerned, they have a big stake in Pakistan. The single biggest project under their Belt and Road Initiative is the project called the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which runs through Pakistan, indeed partially through territory that Pakistan took illegally from India in 47-48. The territorial dispute resulted in a very unprovoked and unnecessary confrontation in 2020, in which 20 Indian soldiers were killed and a smaller but unknown number of Chinese. I think it was most unfortunate, but as a result of that, there was a deep freeze in the relationship. There was no normal friendship between India and China for some years. A thaw began late last year in September of 2024, September, October. At that time, there was the beginning of normalisation. Slowly, carefully, the two countries were talking to each other, some cooperation was coming. And then we ended up with this recent conflict with Pakistan, where once again China took a certain view that we were not terribly happy with in Delhi. But nonetheless, we've got elements there that could work for a modus vivendi. I think the first thing to do would be if the Chinese would also make a real effort to settle the border. Their current position is, let's leave it for later generations. But as long as it remains an unsolved issue, it becomes a continuing irritant between our two countries. So all of these reasons, I think, would require a serious effort for peace, and we have not yet seen much serious effort coming from that.
At the start of your visit, for the 24th round of talks between the special representatives of India and China. This is also the first visit by a Chinese minister since our leaders met in Kazan in October 2024. This occasion provides us an opportunity to meet and review our bilateral ties. It is also an appropriate time to exchange views on the global situation and some issues of mutual interest. Having seen a difficult period in our relationship, Excellency, our two nations now seek to move ahead. This requires a candid and constructive approach from both sides. In that endeavor, we must be guided by the three mutuals: mutual respect, mutual sensitivity, and mutual interest. Differences must not become disputes, nor competition conflict. Today, our talks will cover economic and trade issues, pilgrimages, people-to-people contacts, river data sharing, border trade, connectivity, and bilateral exchanges. I would like to follow up on some particular concerns that I had brought up with you, Excellency, when I visited China in July. You, Excellency, will also be discussing, of course, border issues with our Special Representative, National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, tomorrow. This is very important because the basis for any positive momentum in our ties is the ability to jointly maintain peace and tranquility in the border areas. It is also essential that the de-escalation process move forward. Excellency, when the world's two largest nations meet, it is natural that the international situation will be discussed. We seek a fair, balanced, and multipolar world order, including a multipolar Asia. Reform multilateralism is also the call of the day. In the current environment, there is clearly the imperative of maintaining and enhancing stability in the global economy as well. The fight against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations is another major priority. I look forward to our exchange of views. Overall, it is our expectation that our discussions would contribute to building a stable, cooperative, and forward-looking relationship between India and China, one that serves both our interests and addresses our concerns. You are visiting India, Excellency, shortly before the SCO summit that China is hosting in Tianjin. We have worked closely with the Chinese side during its presidency. We wish you a successful summit with strong outcomes and decisions. Once again, a warm welcome to India, and I look forward to hearing your opening remarks. Thank you.
As the two largest developing countries with a combined population of over 2.8 billion should have a heart for humanity and show their responsibilities as countries. An example on seeking strength through unity for the vast developing countries and contribute to building a multipolar world and promoting greater democracy in international relations. Last October, President Xi Jinping had a successful meeting the exchanges and dialogue at all levels. We maintained peace and tranquility in the border areas and resumed the Indian pilgrimage to the Mount Garampochi and Lake Mapayonzo in the Xizang Autonomous Region. We should firm up confidence to dispel interference, expand cooperation, and to further consolidate the momentum of improvement and development of China-India relations so that while pursuing our respective rejuvenation, we can contribute to each other's success and provide the most needed certainty and stability to Asia and the world. That concludes my opening remarks. Thank you.